Hey guys, I'm Greg Alba.
And I am Brianna White. Today we're going to watch the trailer for Ty Sheridan's new movie.
I love Ty Sheridan.
Detour. Ty Sheridan's standout role in X-Men Apocalypse, from my understanding.
Totally.
He was the highlight of the film. He's the one everyone talked about.
He played James Marsden.
I thought he played Quicksilver, right?
No, it's definitely not.
No, the guy from American Horror Story played Cyclops.
Evan Peters.
Yeah, Evan Peters. He played Cyclops.
Yeah.
And he wasn't very good.
Guys, IMDb that
He wasn't very good. I thought he would have been a better Quicksilver.
Yeah. This is an interesting joke.
Yeah, well, it's funny in some ways. Depending on your ability to not like wit.
It's a good explanation. Oh my.
I like any shot of the trunk.
Tarantino, Rodriguez.
Do you have an area of expertise?
You need something doing?
Is that Stephen Moyer?
It is.
I think it'd be something if someone were to teach him a lesson.
If you could cut yourself in half. When it's over, the two sides, they don't even know what the other one's done. You live your life, clean hands. Would you do it?
Yes.
No, it sounds like a terrible idea.
You made the right choice. If you hadn't come, you'd be sitting at home right now thinking about what could have been instead of what is.
Kill his dad?
The killing type.
Is there a killing type?
Yeah, and it ain't you.
Where were we? Don't regret the things you do. Just the things you don't.
I love that. Split strings.
Jason Bourne.
Keep it together. Keep yourself together.
Well, I got you all wrong, didn't I?
You got me just right. Walk away from me.
Cool.
Interesting.
I wonder if the film's going to have like a linear type of storytelling.
I wonder if
Because it feels like it's going to be a little scattershot.
Yeah, is this a literal representation? Like, are we gonna get split screens through parts of the movie?
Yeah. I like the choice of the split screens that they were using. Showing dual thoughts. Showing like contrasting.
Two versions, yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was
This is what the other
interesting.
you is doing.
And Ty Sheridan looks like he's doing a really good job.
Yeah.
I enjoy roles when actors are doing like the on-edge paranoia kind of vibe of trying out something new. It reminds me of like, I don't know, like Ray Liotta in Goodfellas or DiCaprio in a lot of movies.
I don't know how quite to describe this, but like body horror does a similar thing for me, where you like watch a person slowly get more and more something over the course of a movie. In this, it looks like more and more, sort of wild and primal and harsh. But
I wouldn't be surprised if the last half hour of this film, they land in Mexico at the Titty Twister, and then a bunch of vampires break.
I would love to start that trend of just like
Every movie is from dusk till dawn.
Yeah, just dusk rolling people that like break into Act 3 and all of a sudden there are vampires for no reason. Just make that like a Hollywood meme.
Because I feel like this film will probably get crazier than what the trailer's letting on. The reason why I'm wondering scattershot is or if it's going to be linear, is because they kept doing a lot of cutting back to what we saw early in the trailer, cutting back to later moments, cutting back and forth, like a lot of cutting back to Stephen Moyer. I am vampires.
I still haven't decoupled him from Bill.
It's impossible.
Yeah, I know.
Especially because he's played vampires and other stuff too. So like Stephen Moyer scene, they kept cutting back and forth to like very similar moments. I felt like they showed us some of the same moments like several times. And I'm wondering like, it's the directing and editing style of this, I feel like is going to be a strong representation of what the vibe of this movie is really all about, because it kind of seems like this Ty Sheridan character has a lot of thoughts constantly racing. Where he's thinking about this, thinking about that, da-da-da-da. So I feel like with the kind of scattershot of cutting back and forth is representing like the kind of trauma that he's going through.
I hope the movie feels like you know, every now and again they'll gussy up a trailer, but at least what I'm getting from what we're shown here, like it looks like it could probably be both non-linear and maybe they'll use that split screen as some kind of transition or like a thing we check in, like a way to go from one plot to the other simultaneously.
Exactly.
Because I've wondered about that before, like what would happen? Like what if I could, you know, be two people? It also looks like the execution is very assured.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
this has a strong visual and a strong sonic style.
Yeah, the visual sense is great. The actors look great. My concern is how's the story gonna play out? That's my one concern.
These weird mindbender movies where everyone's a little detached.
Yeah.
Like for some reason that thing works for me. But yeah, that's what I always worry about with these is it going to pay off its high concept, you know?
Yeah.
Because sometimes things fall apart when it comes time to tie it all together. So I'm really curious as to how they tie this all together and what it's truly about. Because that's the other thing that's cool is like I'm getting a sense for what's happening, but not really
like
the context of what's going on.
I feel like he like killed his dad to like get some money or some shit. A young law student who, while grieving for his dying mother, struggles to decide whether he should kill his unfaithful stepfather. That's what I mean by cutting back and forth. It looks like it's a lot of it is probably not even really happening. It kind of looks like it might just be in his mind, like of him thinking, should I do this? Should I not?
What if you could
How will
split
it go
yourself
down?
in two and you would never know?
Ooh, there's that too.
That's what he said. Like, how sci-fi is this?
Let's just categorize as a thriller.
Because that looks kind of like how literal is that in context of the trailer? Do we ever get a sense? Like, is it just like a trip? Is it like a fantasy?
I'm not sure, because what I liked about the way the trailer was portraying the way this film's gonna be done is it kind of feels like like these characters are on crazy drugs, but they're not.
Yeah.
It's just they're dealing with intense life or death situations. He's like tempted to become something more like evil in a way. So that naturally causes your mind to sort of go a little insane. I like seeing that kind of scattershot vibe. I'm like, wow, these guys, they're not showing them like doing drugs this whole trailer. Maybe they do it in the movie. I like that vibe of like they're all on coke or something, you know?
I don't see how half of it... Well, see, this is what I'm curious and a little confused about, because I don't see how half of the images from the trailer relate to the story with his dad at all. Again, it's how literal is the twist there? Is it really... Is it some kind of weird cross-dimensional thing where it's like you have two versions playing out at the same time?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe that was made clear and I just missed it, but I couldn't tell like how sci-fi or not this was.
Or maybe we're just reading too much into it and it just plays out from A to Z.
But it makes me wonder, because then you see all those that extra shit where they're like out in the desert and stuff, and you're like, wow, this looks like it's gonna go a lot of places.
I hope it gets weird.
And so like I don't know how that fits with the logline. I'm just...
Well, what I'm thinking is his mom died, who was his biological mom, and then the stepfather inherited the money.
Okay.
So, like, you know, the life insurance money. And then he kills his stepdad to, like, obtain the money. That's what I'm guessing.
Maybe.
It's not made clear in the trailer, but that's what I'm guessing.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess that's a better thing than not. Like, this looks really cool, and I'm a little confused.
Because I'm trying to make sense of why he would kill his stepfather. That's what I'm trying to make sense of. Like, other than the fact that he was unfaithful, maybe her mom killed. The trailer does make you wonder. Like, and that's a good trailer to make you go like, I don't know much about this film, but I am going like, what is really going on? And I kind of want to find out.
Yeah, well, it seems like, I don't know, the best I could glean from it is that in some way or another, and with the log line in mind, he's figuring out whether, like, what happens if I kill him or what happens if I don't.
All right, rejects. If you're new to the channel, subscribe today.
Oh, we did
get accepted.
Sorry.
We're on the outro.
Yeah, get accepted,
We're on the
guys.
outro.
We accept you.
John
Google,
is reasons.
gobble, google. Sorry. To Jerry.
Facebook.com/Bloomhouse and Facebook.com/TheRealRejects.